Have you ever thought that YouTube's not pushing your videos because the algorithm just doesn't like you? Or maybe you think it's deprioritizing your video. Or maybe at some point in time, you've wondered why some videos go viral while others barely get noticed. Well, the secret often lies in understanding YouTube's algorithm, a complex system that determines which videos get recommended and which ones don't. But if I'm being real with you guys, it's not the YouTube algorithm to blame. I'm sorry to say, but it's you. See, replace the word algorithm with audience, because it's not the algorithm pushing your videos down. It's the fact that your videos are not reaching the audience that it was intended for, likely because of poor packaging, poor titling, poor thumbnails, right? Maybe even a poor idea in general. But here's the thing, YouTube has one main goal, and you need to understand this. It's to keep as many people on their platform for as long as possible. So it's in their best interest. It's in YouTube's best interest to promote your videos when you post them. However, the algorithm's trained to know based off of initial metrics whether your video is optimized to keep people on YouTube for longer. And if your video does not get that initial traction, then YouTube's algorithm does not push it out to people because it doesn't deem it worthy to keep people on its platform for longer. Now, I can sit here and we can get into the nitty and gritty about the algorithm, but that's really all you need to know in order to grow on YouTube. And with that knowledge, knowing that it's the audience that you need to focus on and not the algorithm, well, you now need to focus on making things as clickable and watchable as possible for your audience. You need to make sure your titles, your thumbnails, your hooks, your ideas are all as good as they possibly could be for your audience. But I made a whole video about how to do that, which I'll link at the end of this video. But for those of you who do want to get into that deep detail of YouTube's algorithm, the nitty and gritty, well, let's get into it. But we first need to start really with a brief history about YouTube, right? Because it does play an important role in what we're about to talk about. See, initially, YouTube's algorithm, it prioritized videos with the most clicks, right? Leading to misleading thumbnails and titles. Maybe you remember this era. It was known as like the clickbait era, which by the way, does not work anymore. So to combat this in 2012, YouTube shifted to watch time, right? Promoting videos that kept viewers engaged for longer. However, creators ended up finding loopholes, right? Such as artificially inflating watch times, which ended up pushing YouTube to refine its algorithm even further. And that leads us to today, where the algorithm emphasizes viewer satisfaction using sophisticated AI to recommend content tailored to individual preferences. And understanding this evolution is crucial. But how does the actual algorithm decide what to recommend to each user now? Well, see, YouTube's recommendation system operates in two main phases: explore and exploit. Now, initially, your video is shown to a small targeted audience. And if they engage positively, then it's promoted to a bigger audience, right? Without this initial engagement though, to that smaller audience, your video won't reach that fuller potential, that full bigger audience, limiting its exposure, right? Therefore, creating content that resonates with your target audience from the start is essential for broad reach, for virality. But what specific factors does the algorithm consider when recommending your videos? Several factors, several metrics significantly that impact how the algorithm evaluates you or your content. First is watch time, right? The total time viewers spend watching your videos. It's easy. Higher watch time signals engaging content. This is referred to as AVD, and I have a whole video talking about average view duration. Second's engagement, right? Likes, comments, shares, and subscribers. This all indicates viewer satisfaction, pushing your content more. Third is click-through rate, or CTR, right? The percentage of viewers who click on your video after seeing the thumbnail and title on the homepage, usually in the browse page, that kind of thing. Now, a higher CTR suggests your title and thumbnail are really compelling and really good. And typically anything above 5% CTR is good. And when this goes above 5% and this is good, then you'll see you typically get more views on that video than normal. Now, neglecting these factors can result in reducing visibility because the algorithm might deem your content less engaging. So by focusing on these metrics, you can enhance your video's performance and increase its chances of being recommended. So now that we know what the algorithm looks for, how can you tailor your content to align with these factors? Well, to improve your video's performance, consider the following strategies, really. It's strategies I use. And by the way, these are strategies that I go way more in depth on in a video that I made specifically about average view duration. But essentially, it's creating engaging content, focusing on storytelling, because storytelling is the best retention hack of all, and making sure you're delivering value to keep viewers engaged for longer. The second one is optimizing the thumbnails and titles. This one we of course all know, and I've talked about it so much, but design eye-catching thumbnails and craft compelling titles to boost CTR. For this, focus on evoking emotion through curiosity, and the best way to do that is just to understand your audience's pain points, if I'm being real. The next point is encourage engagement. Now, prompt viewers to like, to comment, share, to subscribe, all that, to signal satisfaction to the algorithm. But please, 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 please do not overdo this, because people tend to waste too much time, or wasting so much time asking for the person to subscribe. And I will be the first one to tell you, nobody wants to sit here wasting their valuable time watching you beg for a subscribe, okay? So please do that subtly. Now, without implementing these strategies, your content might struggle to gain traction. Well, probably definitely will, regardless of the quality. So by optimizing these aspects, you therefore increase the likelihood of your videos actually being recommended, reaching a broader audience, going viral. And understanding and leveraging the YouTube algorithm, it's pivotal for any creator aiming for that next step in growth, or just that YouTube growth in general, right? By focusing on watch time, on engagement, on CTR, and also in impressions, but more on that in another video. And by implementing targeted optimization strategies, you can increase or enhance your content's visibility and growth potential exponentially. But the best way to do it as quickly as possible is by doing what the top 1% of YouTube creators do to come up with winning ideas, winning thumbnails, titles, etc. And you can learn exactly how to do this step by step in this video right here. So definitely check that out next. And as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'm rooting for you. And remember, if you take anything away, take this away. The algorithm is the audience. So don't try to hack the algorithm, try to engage the audience.